Tape W suivi d'école au Sénégal. D'accord. À école au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape école au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
So now you finished school. You see the sequence we're going through? And now you're done with school. And you're out there now. That's where the difficult part starts. Searching for a job, wanting to get into the business world, getting into the job world, seeking employment. That's job opportunities. You're seeking employment. Employment means trying to get a job. And sometimes this job is not really what you wanted, but you just want to get there to get experience, whatever it is to get experience. Because remember, experience is never wasted. So whatever it is that you do after school, even if it's just to mop the table on the floor, it's important that you get the best out of it. I did it. So it doesn't matter, it's about the experience. A lot of people are looking for experience. And that job sometimes could be paid or unpaid. It's all about going to do it. I did unpaid job, I volunteered. A lot of people, a lot of employers are looking for volunteers. And so in the job opportunities, there are two groups, categories. There's employer. This is the employee. The employer is the person that is hiring, that sets out the information, that wants to hire. The employee is you, seeking a job, looking for a job, for any job opportunity. And then the job opportunities, there are two. There's a paid and the unpaid. And oftentimes, unpaid, the volunteer work. Volunteer. And so unpaid oftentimes is volunteer. People say, oh no, why do I want to volunteer? But volunteering is good. It gives you a foot into the working world. Yes, because oftentimes employers will look for people that have the experience, even if they were not paid, because every job it's been considered a job. No matter how it is, if it's paid or unpaid, even if you're working at a church, at a mosque, whatever it is you're doing, it is good. It is good to do oftentimes work and to do volunteer work. You're giving back. It's important. It's important that you realize that if you're getting off of the world of the student world and you're getting into the working world, you have to know that it's not sometimes what you want that you get at the beginning. So be careful. But anything that is productive, everything that is legal, it's okay. So you have the employer and the employee. And out there for job opportunities, you're going to see people, you're going to see posters, you're going to see flyers, you're going to see job openings posted here and there. The first thing you got to do is to look at the job criteria. Does it fit you? Are you qualified for this job? You think you can do it? Do you think you can manage it? Is that what you're looking for? Is it up to the task or close to what you've done? And then you apply. Applications now are easy. Often back in the days, you had to write a letter, go drop it off. Now you can just sit in the comfort of your home and apply like I did most of my job. Through the internet, apply for the job. And then you have to prepare for an interview. Oftentimes, interviews can go 3-4 times. You have to prepare for formal. There was a class that I told you guys about formal conversations, how you address. It has to be formal, from your posture, from your outfit, from the way you talk. All that is taken into account when you go in for an interview. So it's important. And how do you search for a job? Do you just browse through newspapers? There's so many things that you can do. It can be mouth to mouth. It could be through the internet. It could be through newspaper. It could be through all kinds of social media that you're searching for jobs. You can even drop your application to get your CV done. Update your CV, update your CV. Whatever thing that you do, even if it's on weekends, even if you're volunteering somewhere, or you're active in a church, you're active with children somewhere, you're trained, or even if you're selling peanuts, you put them, that is a business idea, depending on the job that you're doing. And so you prepare your CV, you prepare your letter of, your introductory letter, that people love to see, a small essay depending on the job. And then you drop them off at jobs that you think that are probably close to you or that you're interested in, that you know that you'll be able to handle. So those are some of the ways. And then afterward, when you drop it off, 2-3 weeks later, you can probably give a call, say, hey, I was just checking up, it's important good afternoon, I was just checking up on my application. I don't know how it's going, And of course, that every time you go for an interview and you're back, you always have to send a letter to say, thank you for the interview, thank you for the opportunity that we made. It's important. It's courteous to always say 1 or 2 lines to the person, to the interviewer, after an interview is done, It's always proper OC. It's always good that you can as well, when you're dropping your applications, to check back to see about what's happening, which level you're still waiting, in proper English. So those are the different ways of job opportunities. And job opportunities could be in different fields. I mean, just because you study management, you can manage where is your expertise, and is you're managing a class, a business, a company, outside, inside, or different forms. So it's good that as you're training, as you're going into education, get you specialized in 1 or 2 things. I always say it's always good to have 2 or 3 things specialized, knowledgeable in, because you never know. When I was growing up in school, I did political science and law. I never knew I was going to become a teacher until things started evolving. And thank God that I did different trainings. So my advice to you is, as you go along, have trainings in other things. Don't be so focused into one thing, because you never know where the wind will blow. And it's important that you get to love other things, because you can fall into it. Get even your hobby, be trained in something that you like. You might end up falling into your hobby. I fell in love with my hobby, and now I'm glad and I'm grateful that I'm doing what my hobby was, not even what I studied, but then I got trained later. So those are different forms of job opportunities that you need to know as you get into it, as you get seeking, as you're going out there to look for jobs. Open your mind, be broad about it, look at what is going on, and if possible, create yours. Why don't you create? The world is becoming so entrepreneurial. Create your own job. Look for something that you like. If you think it's not there, you create it. Even if it's there, look around to see what is it that I can ameliorate. Start thinking now about how you're going to change. Start thinking now how you're going to become a boss. You don't have to necessarily be employed, but you can create and change the world. So what it is that is lacking? What is it that is there but it's not being done right? What is it that you can add to what is there to make it even better? And then now you become an employer. You become a creator, you become an inventor, you become an entrepreneur, you become the boss and the manager, rather than becoming an employee. So those are all different job opportunities that you have. Start thinking, start wondering, start writing, start sleeping less, start watching TV less, and just explore your mind in this modern education that you are. Okay? Thank you. This is Teacher Raisa, and I'll see you next time. Go and get the world. Bye. Senegal.